right here. TML getting caught out here. Will get hammered down.
Tag team.
Very, very deadly duo between DJ and JG.
Tag team and Starbreaker. One of the highest damage combos in the game.
In Star Surge too. I mean, even after that, you're just smacking away with increased attack speed. Very scary.
Lotus, the Lotus fight. I guess not so much of a fight. Shanks just secures the Lotus.
TP into the mid lane. Nature's Prophet finds the kill onto Bob. He talked about it already, and Gabby will claim the head of the mid laner in Execration. They try and turn around onto Cuckoo though. They will find that kill, so taking advantage of the Nature's Prophet's departure, to pop open that Treant Protector.
Yeah, this is going to have a cost, you know. MP is going to kind of ruin his own game, but he's going to have to sacrifice some of his farm to do this for Armel. I guess give and take, right? Because you have to pick your mid laner first, so you kind of have to do something to help him in return.
Sure. I mean, he TP's straight back to the bot lane, so it's not that much loss. Then, of course, Armel sacrifices himself to the tower so he can get a full reset. So, okay, 2 for 2 on the bot. Nothing super crazy happening. I guess it's just Gabby that we have to keep our eyes out for, because not only can he influence the mid lane, he can also walk up to the top lane and catch CML off guard.
And the mid lane is definitely going to be the main focal point here, you know, with this Storm and Corp matchup. And the moment that Dawn has level 6, it's going to get even more interesting, right? Because Bob is such an aggressive player. So maybe you can do things like bait him into a bad situation. And he jumps in and he counter-initiate and you kill him. It's going to be a lot of mind games, you know. Like Bob is going to have to be very, very careful, you know, because he's by nature a very, very aggressive player. And these are the type of games where I can see him feeding a lot.
The King versus the Chief in the mid lane. Of course, the King is going to call his royal servants to rotate over, but nice awareness from Playtime. They realize the Jakiro is missing from bot, so they scan him out, they see his location, and Armel's not going to fall for it.
In terms of CS, Storm is still doing okay, you know, 20 and 6 to the 25 and 8. I think this is the point where you're going to start to consider when are you going to move into the jungle. You're level 5 now, you're 3, 0 and 2, so probably best that you start jungling on this hero at this point.
Wow. They're doing everything they can to stop Armel from hitting 6. Did you see that? They literally glyphed the wave to stop that Remnant from getting the last hit.
Everything you can, you know, to slow the level 6 down. Especially before the power rune spawns, you know, that is actually very nice if you can do that. DJ, he knows CML is nearby. He has backup.
CML didn't notice the aura.
He's calling for backup.
TP in. Shanks trying to help his buddy out. The Glacial Guard will protect him, and the attack speed slow as well. Still, with the hammer flying over, they'll be able to turn it around. Palos ready with a stun. Snowball to save. Gabby, he'll be fine for now, but Palos now turning towards him. They need a bit more damage onto the Prophet, and they'll find Gabby. So once again, the carry of Playtime sacrificing his own game to make sure his other laners have a good time, because JG, he's ended this off with a double kill. Now the hammer slowing down Palos, is still looking for a stun. Will come at the cost of CML's courier, but a double kill going back the other way for the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Gabby has a total change in mindset, you know, what he needs to do in the game. I never expect to see Gabby doing this sort of move, you know, to enable his team, you know. Very, very important that he actually helps out, especially the Storm, you know. Storm is level 6 now, finally, so he's going to be able to move around and hopefully give Gabby some kills. You know, Gabby needs something to come back in the game. He has already taken a lot of shit for his team, and it's time for him to reap some rewards.
Of course, Bob getting lucky here on the rune grab, which is why Armel had to go back to base and even all chat him. You're so lucky, brother. Here comes DJ. Roll in onto Tino. They're trying to commit, but with the TP in from the Queen of Pain, this is no longer possible. Cuckoo will drop. You're looking for more on Bob for this rotation. They got a nice frostbite onto Gabby. Can you find more? Level 6 available for Bob, but he doesn't want to... Oh, maybe he used the Sonic Wave a bit earlier. Okay.
I mean, Dawn is level 6. He just got level 6 off there. So they could have maybe tried something, you know, because he took the Shrine.
Right.
Nothing happens.
Not wanting to save their supports, of course. They only reserve it for the call.
Yeah, that is actually a really good mindset to have when you're playing Dawnbreaker. You do not really want to just use it to save a support. Always better to use it to kill the enemy core.
Yeah, 100%. If you use it, then that just opens a giant window for the opponents to be completely aggressive and dive your carry. Which is what they're looking to do right now. Execration, bunch of heroes here in the bot lane. Halos has come through the twin gate, but he gets spotted out by a ward, so they won't get caught off guard by this, but Shanks now in a compromising position. Will get caught out, still able to cut his way through, and Amel's rotated over. They want the bigger kill onto Tino, and they'll find him. Hero able to TP away into the trees. No interrupt there from Cuckoo. Didn't even have Leech Seed off cooldown.
A kill is a kill, you know. A stack of Galvanized, but now he comes back into a gank, and there goes your stacks.
That looks so easy from Shanks and Bob. TP's out of the engagement in the bot lane just to run mid, liquid fire the tower, and set up a perfect ice path screwing over Amel. The Chiefs' game is looking a little bit rough from the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Bob is doing a good job here, pressuring the Storm especially. Like the Storm, he needs like kills, you know. He needs like to use the Dawnbreaker, Solar Guardian, just to find some pickups on the side lanes. I think he just needs to stay on the side lanes. He should leave the mid lane for maybe even like a support, you know. Tusk just go there to take some levels. I feel like he shouldn't even go back to the lane right now. It's either he goes to the jungle or he stays on the side lanes and looks for pickoff.
Yeah, I'm also surprised we didn't see the Solar Guardian there to try and save Amel or something. I guess he died way too quick.
Yeah, probably a little bit difficult for that, you know. Like, it's too much burst damage and he didn't want to risk being that +1 kill, you know. Sometimes you come down, you save your teammate, you don't save him, and then you just die.
Yeah. And then your Solar Guardians on cooldown shit is rough, man. But overall, Playtime's off-laner is the one with the top net worth. JG's had a very successful time after some of those kills onto CML. He's working his way towards an Aghanim's Rush, which I guess is not really surprising for Dawnbreaker.
Not sure, I prefer. It's not as strong as before, though. I actually think that the pipe has a lot of value here. Like Jakiro, Mars, Corp, CM, they're all magic damage.
Yeah.
Like Axe is a much, I feel like it's a much more greedy item to go on this hero. Because you don't really tank as much, you know, when you have Axe. You know, with the pipe, it's very, very different. Your whole team is way stronger. Your team fight is better. Like he's trying to, I feel like he's trying to be more of a scaling hero this game.
Sure. Axe does give you some pretty good stats. Rune is going to be in the bot lane. That's a nice arcane for Bob to go over and grab. Again, luck on the side of the king this match.
Has he gotten all the runes so far?
More or less, yeah.
Rune diff, you know? Has anyone ever said rune diff? It's always mid diff, sub diff, carry diff, but never the rune diff.
Yeah, he got the regen, AD, and now the arcane. So, nice TP away from the Dragon Knight. He could smell danger was nearby. He gets out of there safe and continue farming. That's very important that he survives there. A lot of wasted time for the Storm Spirit, who, like you mentioned, still needs to try and make something happen. The TP back in, look for Shanks, trying to use the Solar Guardian now. Might just forfeit the Jakiro's life. Nice Ice Path in the way. Sonic Wave onto 3. That's huge. Bob able to output so much damage. Nice Storm Spirit zip out of the arena, though. DJ still surviving for now. And it's actually Bob who's in trouble. Not respecting the cluster up damage from Playtime. They got way too much physical, especially with Gabby joining them. A double kill for the Nature's Prophet, letting his Nature's Wrath rip them up.
That was a very, very nice counter initiation by Playtime. With the Solar Guardian coming in, getting the heal off, and the Nature's Wrath there, just contributing a huge amount of damage into that the Execration side there. Ice Path, nice one. Catching the Storm, but not enough follow-up to set up for a kill there.
Yeah, Tino not in position, unfortunately, and honestly, not really his fault. No way he could have walked up there without alerting the Storm. So, Playtime getting a pretty huge skirmish win, I want to say, in this early game, slowing down some of the Execration timings.
Seems like they have the stronger team fight. I think Execration definitely didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I thought that CM ulti, I guess you don't have ulti on CM yet, but just Macro Pyre with the Arena, with the Sonic Wave, they should have the advantage in the team fight, but you have to get it first. Both the supports don't actually have their ultimates up yet.
Yeah, that's the big difference maker. Again, Bob, seriously, with the runes. Trying to grab himself a shield. Might get punished though. 3 cores on Playtime collapsing upon him. The shield rune perhaps the best one he could have gotten, but that's not gonna save him here.
They killed him through
both of his lives.
Through the rune, damn. That's so much damage.
Tag team, Nature's Prophet, full commit from the zip.
Insane.
Not to mention the Star Surge, sorry, attack speed as well.
And Playtime is in a very, very good position right now in this game. I think they have already stabilized the game enough that they can actually just farm everywhere with their heroes, all 3 lanes, and they are healing their towers. This is the type of game where you're really, really comfortable when you have Trim Protector. And
Yeah.
Execration, they have to figure out whether they need to slow down the game and farm, or they have to still, run at them and try to fight with the arena.
I mean, Execration have been trying to work down this mid tier 1 for a long time, but Cuckoo's continued to heal it up, keep it safe. This is the Treant Protector's dream game right now. Even against a Jakiro as well as a Dragon Knight, they haven't been able to exert pressure. Spotting Shanks now, Amel in and Gabby to follow. It's just way too easy to find these kills. Didn't really matter that Chief didn't have a good early start to the game. He still found himself 6 galvanized charges in spite of some deaths.
Yeah, Gabby also kind of recovered his net worth, He was playing for the team initially in the early game, dying and tanking ganks. But now he's back on the top of the net worth for the Playtime side, 6.4k net worth, 40 minutes in almost. Pretty good spot considering what happened in the early game. And DJ is also going to get his all-important dagger in a couple of minutes, So these are all the crucial items coming up for Playtime. Yeah, they're going to hit...
DJ's done a good job.
They're going to hit like a really, really powerful timing soon, Especially with the dagger on DJ.
Are you serious?
Another rune for Bob.
Every single rune for Bob.
I mean, they're still not ahead in this game, even though they got all the runes.
Looking towards DK, this would be a huge pickoff. DJ got to start with the roll forward. CML around the tree line can help him up. Glacial Guard will help him prevent some of the damage. Dawnbreaker not wanting to commit just yet. Had the Solar Guardian, doesn't want to use it. They're happy forcing the reactions and losing DJ for the cause.
Sonic Wave down, so that's going to give them maybe an opportunity after this to fight back. Storm has his mech done. Has to go back to base to regen. I think that was a good call not using the Solar Guardian. I mean, what the hell? They just killed Gabby. They didn't Solar Guardian to save him?
I guess JG was a little bit distracted. I don't know. I mean, we were distracted as well. We were looking elsewhere on the map. I didn't even realize Tino and Shanks were gearing up for a move. And just with that alone, Palos coming through the Twin Gates to get the kill onto the tier 1. But now, it's Bob in the mid lane who gets baited in by Amel.
Action just happening all across the map. So much fighting going on.
Yeah.
Kind of difficult to keep up with everything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like everywhere we're not looking, someone's dying. That seems to be the trend here. This is a good old-fashioned Rambulan after all, right? These guys know each other well. There's a lot to kind of prove. I think especially when you're against good friends, you really, really, really want to beat them.
And you also know each other inside out, right? So you know what heroes they really want to play, so the drafts can be a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. They've been on teams together before, so they know their bad habits, their good habits as well. What they need to be wary of. And CML right now continuing to be a very easy hero for them to pick off. DJ should be able to get the last hit. Okay, here comes Gabby. Yeah, there you go.
Axe is going to be online for JJ very soon.
Same for the Blink. They get this tower. That's going to be the item timing.
DJ just catch it. Okay, this is mine. I need it for my dagger. Tax.
That's the DJ tax, brother. You're new here? It's been years. He's been charging this rate for the past 10.
What, a tower for a kill? I didn't know inflation
just,
hit that much,
It's tough times out here as a Dota 2 pro player, brother. I mean, it's been long since he's been on that Fnatic salary, you know what I'm saying?
It's not just the clarity is getting more expensive, even the support tax is getting more expensive.
Yeah. Prices are rising. Who's gonna stop the Dota 2 inflation, brother?
Yeah, we need more better pass.
We used to get free hats. Now we got Quartero. Shanks are gonna get run down here.
Very sensitive subject, Mike.
With Quartero?
No, with the battle.
Wait, people...
with the battle pass, what are we getting from the battle pass,
I didn't bring it up. You did. I'm just talking about what we have in front of us. Cuckoo again, good timing on the eyes in the forest. Just kind of feels like the preferred playstyle for him to start setting up the vision. And this is something that Execration have struggled with throughout this qualifier so far. Once they play against Treant Protector, it sometimes becomes a bit hard for them to get a good grasp on where they can play on the map.
And
Looking
looking
up
for
now with this
the
pipe timing and the blink.
looking for JG, you kill the global hero.
Gabby would be bigger though. Gabby would be so much bigger, but getting a bit of cold feet on Execration. Retreating back into the triangle and starting to farm up. I'm not sure about this. Gabby's gonna walk on over. I'll find him. Solar Guardian coming through, you got the damage, you need to kite away. Arena's there, but they couldn't get the spear off. Sonic Wave still. Snowball save, that's huge. Rolling on and cancelling the CM ultimate. Everybody on Playtime is fine. What a play there from DJ, making that Blink Dagger immediately pay off. And Gabby, he's gonna laugh all the way to the bank, taking 3 kills in his own triangle. He came for some Ancients, he gets a way bigger bounty.
Why is he tipping the Dragonite? For God's sake, tip your Tusk. The man snowballed 3 heroes, dodging all the Sonic Wave damage, cancels the CM ulti, and you tip the Dragonite? Hello?
Gabby's got his priorities in place. He knows that DJ is a immovable mountain. And also, he knows that DJ is going to tax him 15% on that play. So he's not too happy. He's just trying to tilt the enemy. You know, it is not worth using the tip on DJ, who already is going to do some mental damage by taking your next 4 creep waves.
No,
That's the DJ special right there. Makes a game-winning play.
DJ is not that mean.
2,000 gold for that, please.
DJ is not that mean. He already bought his dagger. The man is not going to tax you when he doesn't need it.
Just watch, brother. I mean, he
just
just took the
the
last
kill.
hit on that kill.
Okay.
JG, under the macro pyre, that's a lot of damage. Ice Path to interrupt as well. Still should be able to get down to the low ground. The last bits of damage, they'll find him with the auto attack. Nicely done. Execration punch back. It's not crazy, but it is a mega kill streak going Palos' way, which is huge.
Yeah, Palos is kind of like the jewel of this draft, you know, for Execration. He's the one that could maybe potentially pull this game back for them, you know. Like, he is still pretty fat for a DK at this stage. His team is 3k behind, but this is still entirely possible. If Tino gets a good arena, multiple heroes trap in, you pop Dragon Form, you kill them inside the arena, yeah, then you just turn the game around, you know. I still feel like this lead is not really that insurmountable, and 20 minutes, Tormentor is going to come into play right now. Execration is going to be looking to contest this.
I know it's pretty standard itemization, but I really like that Execration are basically building for the Solar Guardian, right? Because with the way that you're fighting, typically on a Mars, maybe on a DK, you want to blink forward, get these catches. You probably might criticize Tino for not having a blink, but the problem with that is if you use 2,000 gold and you jump in, the Solar Guardian's going to come down regardless. So they are itemizing to be able to survive the Solar Guardian counter initiation. They're still chilling though, so this will be a free Tormentor going over to Playtime. But take a look at the priorities from Tino. He's not going a Blink, he's not going a BKB, he's going that shard so he can reposition and spear 2 heroes for when JG comes down. Same thing for the DK, going for that BKB rush. Bob is emphasizing on his own survivability as well for the Shivas. So overall, I think Execration have a good idea about what they need to do. The problem is executing it against the pace that Playtime are playing at.
Yeah, I kind of like the shot idea. Against the Solar Guardian, you just spear him when he comes down, you wait for it, you get 2 heroes. Yeah. That would actually maybe win you a fight or 2.
I mean, just now, even in the fight in the triangle, he was trying to kind of set up to spear JG when he came down. It's just that there were too many heroes in the way, and of course, DJ with the hero snowball. Maybe you can even catch DJ on the blink in before he snowballs. That would be crazy.
Okay, they need somebody to disable his dagger, or they have to stun him when he blinks in. Not the easiest thing to do. I think Bob probably has to kind of sort of like try to disrupt the fight, try to cancel his dagger.
You can't let DJ
get
into the fight for free. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Into the Roche pit they go. Execration making a rush for it using the CM ult. I don't think they have vision of this. They have a nice ward outside the pit, but Playtime are hunting on the other side of the map. They don't see this coming at all. And Winter, a team finally fulfills what you were asking for, the trade of the Tormentor with the Roche. But look at Playtime, they're making a beeline over. Still should be able to get claimed by Execration, as Shanks now shows far too late. Amel finally gets himself a rune in this game, but comes at the cost of the Aegis and maybe Shanks.
Yeah, they're gonna leave him for dead. Not much he can do. A worthy sacrifice for the Aegis.
Any thoughts thoughts about giving the Aegis over to Bob instead of Palos, perhaps?
I don't think you should give Aegis to transformation heroes, if you ask me.
Sure. So I guess this is just more of a farming and fighting Aegis and less of a push tower Aegis then.
When can they fight? Okay, let's see. Can they fight now? They have Shivas coming up soon. DK has BKB. I think they should be able to fight soon. Shivas plus BKB on Corp and DK.
That's a timing, right?
That's a huge timing.
I think you really want to take these tier 1 towers because the mid tier 1 tower is still standing. Top tier 1 tower is still standing. The map, it's so easy for the Treant Protector to play when he has these little bastions. Looks like a catch out onto Bob. Still gonna survive Overgrowth just off the mark. That's tough.
Oh boy, unlucky.
That's 100 seconds.
100 seconds for Dire team to farm.
Happy days.
BKB done. On Palace, he is very, very happy.
They bought a gem for him as well. It's flying out on the courier. So if that doesn't tell you Execration want to fight now, I don't know what will.
When someone get a gem, I don't necessarily think it's about fighting. It's about like controlling the map. You need to remove all the eyes from the Treant. D-Ward, I mean, you can say it's for actually farming, You want to make sure it's safe to farm, in a way.
Sure, okay.
It really...
Are there any major objectives that you see coming up soon for Execration to fight over, perhaps?
No, I don't think the pushing of towers is actually worth it right now. Because if you don't kill it from full to 0, Treant is just going to heal it. So I think that's not really a good thing to do to try to force things. You should go for it if you win a fight. You need to look for an angle where you can actually wipe them and then go for the towers. I don't think they should push otherwise.
Yeah, but Execration don't really seem keen on fighting either. I wonder whether this is the right move because when I see these two lineups, I don't know who scales better.
Yeah, it's hard to say, yeah. Like, I feel like DK could be the unstoppable force in the late game. But at the same time, Jakiro is gonna die here. I don't think there's any help for him. Like, you have Nature's Prophet, Dawnbreaker, Storm, and then even like the Treant and the Tusk, they all scale really well into late game. If I look at Execration, I feel like the dead weight is going to be the CM and Jakiro in the late game. Those two are probably not going to do a lot.
Yeah, you're like an Ice Path. Maybe we hit the CM ultra late game with BKB, huge freezing field and whatnot, but even that gets cancelled
late
by
game
Overgrowth
CM?
Yeah.
Bro, if you're playing CM in the late game, something has gone wrong.
Well, it doesn't really seem like this game has necessarily gone right for Execration. They had a pretty decent early start on Bob, but since then it's felt like Playtime are the ones controlling the map. Sure, Execration are the ones with the Aegis now, but it still doesn't feel like they can make any sort of move.
It's kind of difficult with all the Treant vision, and they're pushing on the towers. The waves are always constantly shoved out with either the Nature's Wrath or the Treant just using his nuke. And there's a Dawnbreaker. There's just a lot of really, really good pushing spells, on the Playtime side. Execration definitely struggling to keep up, and they need to, I think, play a little bit more defensive, place wards on their own side of the map, and set up traps, right? I think it's very difficult for them to walk out, to look for them, but at the same time, they should try to be more patient and wait on their side, wait for them to walk in.
The sky moves behind us.
Both teams kind of hesitant, understandably so, about taking any sort of a fight.
Yeah,
Got some key items like the Blink on
one
Treant
fight
Protector.
could break the game apart right now. This 4-5k goalie is not a lot. Dawnbreaker is coming
Found
down.
target. It's Palos. In some trouble. You need
He's
help.
tanky.
Solar Guardian coming through, holding him in place in the shards. Where's the 4-staff? Where's the help? Dipping forward now. Palos finally forced to pop that BKB. They have an
root.
overgrowth on the backline. It's a huge one from Cuckoo. Where's the follow-up damage? Palos being punched up. They need to bail him out. Palos on a sliver of HP will go down as Bob's Sonic Wave comes in too late. They've lost CML as well. Starting the fight onto your Dragon Knight is not the way you want things to go. Just like that. Get another shards out onto Bob. Now, it's a lot easier for Bob to maneuver his way out.
20 seconds.
They don't want to fully commit for the second life. Nice spear, nice ice path onto 2. Maybe JG has bitten off a bit more than he could chew. Trying to TP out the Yules at the very last moment from Tino. Will punish the Dawnbreaker, and it ends up being a 3-for-2 trade. Not great feeling for Execration because they lost their DK, but still, not too bad.
It was definitely worth it for the trade. I mean, it kind of sucks that he has to pop BKB right towards the end, but I think they got enough, from that 3 kills overall. I mean, Bob not really using the Aegis is kind of whatever, at this point. I think the fight was okay for them.
A lot of mental warfare. The all chat non-stop between Gabby and Talos, just
Ooh, setting up
constantly
for Bob.
taunting each other. Bob now being set up upon. Huge zip in and the root. Bob still very healthy, able to blink away, and there's no further interrupt. He'll be fine.
Yeah, no root, no heal. They need an overgrowth for this, you know. Probably just trying to poke and scan him back, send him back to base.
Successful in doing so.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's very important as well that Execration, they were able to retrieve the gem in that fight. Talos was the one holding on to it. He died first, but the Queen of Pain managed to snatch it back and escape. So, still being able to clear out the eyes in the forest. You're trying to look for the CM. What the hell is the CML doing here? Okay.
He's on a solo mission, trying to... Was he like trying to place wards or something? Or does he even have a ward? He doesn't even have a ward.
He did have a ward. He did have a ward.
Got dewarded or something? Yes.
No, he didn't even make it to place the ward yet. It was still in his inventory, so he was on the way
Yep,
to maybe
petition.
try and place a deep ward.
Petition to give CM 5 movement speed. Hero too slow.
Accepted. It's a lot
You
better than
approve?
your battle pass suggestion.
You approve 5 MS bonus for CM. Poor CM.
Yeah, I think I approve 5 MS bonus for everyone.
Then
If
that,
CM gets
that's
5
then that's
MS.
whatever, you know. If everybody gets 5 MS, then it's whatever for CM. You're still slow.
No, what do you mean? You move around the map faster. It's more fun.
Yeah, but everyone's getting it, not just CM. You should only give it to CM.
There's some CM propaganda in this cast right now.
What's wrong with getting CM bump a little bit up in the hierarchy? Do you hate CM now?
Brother, they are already picking CM even when she's a shit hero. I don't know if she needs a buff.
That is like a very weird ass sentence. You just said CM is a shit hero. You're like, why should I buff a shit hero? Like that.
Yeah, they need to stop picking her. They need to stop playing her. DJ being focused down a bit too deep. Tried to reach in for Shanks, gets punished by the cause. Execration, they're still finding these traits, and honestly, the 6k gold lead doesn't really feel significant
Nope,
for playtime.
it does not. This DK can definitely out carry this Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet doesn't really match up very well into the DK. DK is very, very tanky. He has the co-op to back him up. I feel like overall their cores are just much more durable, you know, with DK and Queen of Pain, and your Mars having the auras.
Quick check on the items. Parasma being looked at by Armel. You have that full Daedalus complete from the Nature's Prophet. So even though Gabby might not match up to the DK, he's still going to put out oodles and oodles of damage. And you're finishing up that Crimson Guard on JG. So the key items for the cause coming through. Yeah, also have a Glimmer to help the Tusk. Maybe a Refresher being looked at by Cuckoo somewhere down the line. Another Tormentor going their way though. Playtime continue to control this topside area. Not much Execration really want to do about it.
Yeah, they can't really go on this area. It's pretty difficult. Do you actually feel like Tormentor should just spawn at a random spot instead of like always top on in the daytime and bottom in the nighttime? Do you think it should
No,
be?
I've had enough of random stuff. I think people are already mad enough about the runes being random, right?
Alright.
You know? Gonna get initiated upon by DJ. Amel though, he has his eyes on the different target, the easier one. The twin-headed dragon will fall. Kino now using himself to try and buy some time. Are the rest of Execration really coming in for this fight? They're looking at him, trying to control Amel, trying to get Tino out more like. Sonic Wave just to help him out, but Amel zips through it. Low on the mana now on the Storm, but DJ still tag teaming forward. Getting the kill onto the Mars. It's a very nice set of kills for Playtime. Keeping out on the high ground, no interrupt is there. They can't find any more. The escape is clean.
It's still two very, very big kills, you know, for Playtime. And continue to hurt Execration out of the map. Pushing forward with their advantage, trying to remove the towers. And Roshan is already up. So this is going to be very difficult for Execration if they can somehow take it right now before the Mars is alive, you know. They have the heroes, they have the damage. Doesn't look like Execration is going to commit a buyback to fight here. They're TPing in Bob, so maybe they are going to be prepared to buy back here. Let's see.
They are getting a bit too late. The AD rune on Armel and the tag team did a number on this Roche, and they're trying to come in now, but the Aegis is already claimed. Macropie is going to come through. In comes Bob, at least looking to finish off Cuckoo. Off the mark with the Sonic Wave though, although he puts a good amount of damage on Armel. Again, around the Roche pit, similar scenes there. In the previous Roche, it was Shanks who was sacrificed for the Aegis. This time round, it's Cuckoo.
Yeah, Playtime is definitely going to be really, really happy with that. And this is going to be a very, very steep
Stretch my legs.
battle for Execration to climb right now. They have to figure out how to deal with this Aegis. I mean, if they can dodge, that'd be great, but I don't think Playtime is going to let them dodge, the next 5 minutes. They're going to try to force high ground fight very, very soon. They have all the items they want to. Dawnbreaker has all the aura items. Nature's Prophet has his Daedalus and Satanic coming up next. And Storm already has his Parasma. So item-wise, I think they already have most of the items they want to. They just need to find a moment to create a situation that will allow the Storm to get a pick off.
I'm just trying to figure out how we even got to this point, because I don't recall any major mistakes or misplays or huge teamfight losses for Execration. Sure, they got picked off here and there on the map. Sometimes they don't trade evenly and whatnot, but it's just felt so hard for them to do anything. And you've mentioned the Treant Protector vision. Is that really all it is?
And the fact that you have CM and Jakiro, right? So it's a bit more difficult for you to contest the Treant in the early stages. And a lot of obviously small little things, they kind of like mess up some team fights here and there. But overall, if I were to choose something, I would say that the Treant Protector's vision is definitely hindering a lot of things that Execration can do in the game.
Oh no, they smoked right on top of an observer ward. They didn't deward it in time. Now Playtime will be fully aware that this smoke move is coming. Execration, the jig is up. Not gonna catch anyone by surprise, and even Cuckoo brazenly putting an eye in the forest right in front of Tino as his smoke breaks. You just get the sense that Playtime are not really scared of Execration at all. They know they're strong enough to take these fights with the item timings like you mentioned, and it's Execration who are the ones holding each other's hands, cowering behind their tower. In this deciding game of who goes to the grand finals here in the Birmingham close qualifiers, Playtime, they don't look pressured at all. They look comfortable. They look like they're just waiting for a mistake from Execration.
They are the ones who have map control, so they're not in a rush. They can farm the whole map, they have access to all the camps, they're farming all the ancients. Execration needs to figure out how to get out of this tough spot right now. Spear back.
Start with a spear back. The tower goes down though. Solar Guardian connecting onto only Bob. You still get an Ice Path as a response, holding onto JG. Where's the rest of Playtime? Coming in now. Punch up onto Bob. Again, the heroes on Execration are so tanky. Huge Sonic Wave on the backline, and the arena's caught Armel. He's quite saved by the snowball though. DJ at the very last moment will bail out the Storm. And sure, they lose both supports, but Execration,
Bob,
he should have found a whole lot more than that. The last little bit of damage won't find Storm. And again, it's DJ who comes up big for Playtime.
That was not a very good Solar Guardian there. I think he actually didn't have to come down. Your Nature's Prophet has Aegis. Why is he actually coming down? Like, why? He should have just baited the MP, let them try to kill the MP after the Aegis is used, and then come down with the Solar Guardian. Like, he comes down early, the MP 4 staffs out, and Execration just kills the Dawn instead, It's like a free gift.
Well, they didn't kill the Dawn. The Dawn managed to get out because of some heroics from the supports, but I can get your point. It could have been really scary if JG just gets focused down. It looked like for a moment that he was going to die. And Bob, of course, pre-maneuvering in the fight. No one to really hold him down, right? Even though Gabby's auto-attacking him. Way too much armor on this Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Very, very tanky and hard to bring down.
Another game, we're going to see a late game Queen of Pain becoming very, very impactful with the Shiva's Guard, I think Execration, if they can actually hold on for one more item on the Queen of Pain, he's going Refresher. I feel like he thinks that they need more.
You're thinking the Axe?
Yeah, I was thinking if he gets Axe, but he also kind of needs.
right now it's about the burst, right?
Yeah, he kind of needs the double BKB also to survive the magic damage. There's too much like small little stuns that he needs to get out of, so I can kind of understand that.
Courier has been killed.
It's funny because we say that, but at the same time, there's a lot of BKB piercing shit, right? You got the Walrus Punch, you got the Overgrowth, you got the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, I mean, Overgrowth is kind of like both ways, right? You can dispel it by using BKB. So, kind of nice to have a second charge. Bot fight. This is going to be big. All TP. Power Ranger TP coming in.
What the hell is CML doing TPing so far forward? Yeah, full vision of this because of the Treant Protector though.
Oh, cool.
He's smoking up. CML. Smoke will break. Cuckoo able to immediately blink out back to safety. He's done such a great job at positioning on the tree and still trying to find him. Cuckoo found in the trees though.
Not this time, Cuckoo. Gonna pay the price.
I think even if he kept running there, he probably would have been found.
Yeah, he actually needed to blink somewhere else to hide and TP.
Yeah. Should have probably TP.
You know
immediately
the
before
best
they
place
kept chasing.
to blink was actually maybe forward, because they would not
Yeah,
expect him
yeah,
to
yeah.
blink forward there.
Yeah, I guess he's not completely sure whether they have sentry or vision in that area, right? If you blink into the dude with the gem, then you're basically sentencing yourself to death. So I understand Cuckoo's position.
Tower is under
Not a very
attack.
long death timer though, 25 seconds, so not much that Execration really can do with this window.
Yeah, he also kind of has buyback, so if he needs to, he can buy back.
Yeah.
DK,
Radiant
Satanic
structures are
done.
fortified.
Going for his Aghanim Scepter next, yeah? Aghanims. I was kind of expecting him to go on a route like AC, just more on the right click.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
especially
see.
with the facet, right? The facet kind of makes you feel like you want to go scale and right click as the Dawn. I don't
I
know.
mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's okay to go Aghanims right now. It's kind of not something that I expected from the DK at this point.
Oh, sorry, talking about the DK.
Yeah, the DK. Yeah, sorry. DK.
Oh, right, sorry, I thought you were talking about the Dawnbreaker. She's just gone for BKB, so a lot more survivable in these huge magic-focused team fights.
Do we have the refresher done already on the Queen of Pain? She already buy it out?
She's saving for buyback. Korea also
Yeah,
died.
okay, I can see somehow in the team points, right? If she manages to burst MP or the Storm with one stun and double Sonic Wave, it could actually, matter a lot in the game.
Radiant
But
are
Yeah, that's
DJ,
kind of what they're going for,
but
right? They're
DJ,
going for
there
the
is
burst.
always DJ. You have to always be careful. Where is the task? If you can actually just snowball, you double Sonic Wave and then he just snowballs. You're cooked if that happens.
Hold on, Winter. Fights by to break out. Cuckoo on the front lines, getting a tree, getting the vision onto Bob. But they see it. Things are there. Playtime are probably setting up in this area, but they see JG on a ward in the top lane. Don't think they can actually connect on over there and try and punish the Dawnbreaker.
Too far away. look at the Dawn and MP. They're both in two separate corners on the map, farming
Yeah.
everything. This is so beneficial for playtime.
Absolutely.
Three.
They don't even need to do anything. They just need to keep you scared on Execration, keep you standing there as 5 heroes. Not much you can do.
They should.
Now
they
Roche
should
is going to
definitely
respawn
kill.
potentially.
They should definitely use this time to kill JG. They have to kill him. It needs to be punished.
They're running over now, but they might be too late. JG, he's enjoyed the farm up here for a
Is
little
he gonna
bit.
TP?
Will he be
Is he,
greedy
yeah, he's
enough
gonna
to stick
die.
around?
He's gonna die. Oh, okay, maybe
BKB.
not.
Way too quick.
Yep, way too quick. Way too quick. And maybe he should have just waited for the DK to come over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Did you... I guess he was worried that the Dawn would just fly away already.
I mean, it didn't look like he was gonna TP. I think he was just walking back to the lane. He got a
Yeah, and honestly, even if he TPs, it's kind of good for you, right? Because you can spear him and cancel it. So, maybe feeling a little bit antsy here, understandable, because they're one game away from securing their slot in the grand finals. They want that position of comfort, but now they'll get a nice little net worth boost and a shard for Shanks. Doesn't really feel like it matters in the grand scheme of things, at least not really influential in the fights right now.
It's a lot of damage.
I guess it can help him farm a little bit better.
It's still a lot of damage. The shot on the Jakiro.
Palos in the mid lane, ice shard to cover, but Armel expertly
Gosh.
dodges it. He's a professional Storm Spirit after all.
That was so much damage on a DK. That's just one zip from the Storm. Holy shit. And it's
Yeah.
Parasma doing work. Like the guy took 1000 damage from that. Just casual poke.
I did say Storm Spirit scales up to become one of the scariest heroes in the game, and he's close
He's
to that
not
level 25,
25
the
yet. Oh
overload
my God.
attack pounds.
Once he gets 25, God help you, man. He's going to kill
Dire's
everything.
courier has been
Shot
How are they...
and 25.
Oh dear, Palos. The courier with his Swift Blink goes down. He won't have that item available for 3 minutes.
And they have to back off. Go back into the base. Hide and wait.
That's all Execration's been doing this game, though. They just can't really...
Radiant are
Covering
I mean, you've got to
behind
be-
their walls, right? The whole game.
Yeah. And now you hear Roche Raw, you know that they're trying it, but you're not in a position to contest it at all. You're gonna come together and smoke, and maybe that's enough for Playtime to think twice.
Dire's top
Cuckoo
tower
and
is
Amel,
under attack.
they'll be the ones on the front line. Tino smoke breaking again, but it's just Treant Protector escaping. Amel waiting on the high ground because he knows he's unkillable with the gem. Hiding around the trees.
Shurun. He has a Shurun.
Yeah.
Perfect bait.
Scouting with the Treants now.
It's just so tough for Execration, you know. They're unable to do anything because of the Treant Protector, and they can't leave the base, and they're giving up every objective, you know. They've only gotten one Tormentor so far in the whole game, you know, and what, 2 tier 1 towers? That's it, you know.
Yep. And a Roche, I guess, from the previous time, but that doesn't even feel like it matters, right?
They have to find a way to get out of this stranglehold. Like, Playtime has a huge stranglehold on them for the last 20 minutes. They need to be able to use the wards, cover one side of the jungle and wait for opportunity to use it to kill someone on the map. I mean, this Dawn and MP has been going on the sides of the map, farming and farming and farming without any repercussions. They've been just doing this for the last, I don't know, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. They're just farming on
meanwhile-
opposite ends of the map.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you look at Execration, they're just cowering in their triangle, They can't walk past their triangle. I don't want to go outside the triangle, mom. I'm so scared.
This is like the worst type of lineup, you know, to cover against Dawnbreaker and Nature's Prophet.
Straight back into the Roche pit they go. Gabby's had enough. Roche is going to roar, alerting them. That's because they see Bob in the top lane, and he's the one with the gem. They're confident that Execration can't reassemble quickly. They use that time to push out the mid lane, smoke up, maybe look for a pick off on the 44-minute
This
rune.
is it, Mike. This is it, King Bob. Can he bring this game back?
AD rune, Tino, hiding in the trees. Gonna get focused down now. Still able to tank up quite a bit. They can't finish off the Mars. They'll jump forward, use the BKB. Amel, he'll be fine. He's putting out a lot of damage. CML in some trouble. Look at Palos. He's found DJ, and DJ will drop. That's your task out of the equation. Buying back immediately, so is Tino. Palos needs a way out of here. Still holding on to that BKB Satanic. Able to hide away in the Glimmer. Arena's there. They found Gabby. Anyone to follow up though? CM with a huge ultimate, drawing the attention away from the Dragon Knight. But now they're looking bad at Palos. Forcing his BKB finally. The Satanic comes out, but he just can't heal enough. There's the Sonic Wave though. Might just be able to turn things around. The double spear from Tino holding them in place. And Gabby just can't auto attack. They're managing to do it here, Execration. They turn the fight around even with the buybacks. Bobby's a bit too strong for them at the moment, and the spears over and over. Nowhere for you to go. Tino with the immediate blink out. It's not over just yet. Amel and Gabby, they want their revenge with the buybacks, but the problem is they can't get on top of them. Amel now in some trouble, needs to fall lightning away, but held in place by the spear. That's a dieback from Amel. Playtime, they get a bit too antsy with it. They don't respect Execration, and they get split apart. They can't decide on a target. And Tino, Shanks, and CML with the buybacks and the disables, allowing Bob to do the work.
And look at Bob, man. He did the most damage in that team fight. And also because they were fighting right next to the outpost that enabled Execration to use their buybacks more effectively. I mean, Playtime used their buybacks as well, but they couldn't really get back to the fight as quickly as Execration. So Execration was kind of able to leverage that, have the numbers advantage, and brute force and won the team fight.
The way that it started out looked so bad for Execration. Tino dying first. That's your team fighter, but with how fast he reconnected into the fight thanks to the buybacks and the outpost like you mentioned,
the refresher.
Playtime just got caught off guard. The refresher, like you said, they didn't expect it at all. And not to mention, Execration started that fight by killing DJ, even through the Solar Guardian. So those are two big components of your team loss. And now Gabby's caught. You need the Solar Guardian to save him. Down it comes. Overgrowth to cover him as well.
He's down.
The second spear with the refresh. Gabby is dead. Execration. They are showing Playtime up here. It was a dire past 25 minutes. But they finally broke through the walls. And they will take down Playtime.
This might be game, Mike. This might be over.
I think it is. Bob game indeed. What a performance from his Queen of Pain, making it happen. The tips come through because they know it's the king who took them to victory. 7k gold lead, whatever, who cares, 29-27, it doesn't even matter. It's Bob who set everything up for them. Huge amounts of damage with that Sonic Wave, playing almost a perfect game, and GG is called. Playtime, again, will have to make a run through the lower bracket, and Execration secure their spot in the grand finals.
What a game. You know, Execration cowering behind the walls for the majority of the game. 40 minutes, 45 minutes hiding in their base, letting Playtime